So, a common question that we are asked quite often, and a common problem that we see quite often is fat dogs, or obesity in dogs, or overweight dogs. So today we're going to discuss little tips of how to actually get the right weight for your right dog. So up to, some reports have stated up to 80% of dogs in the UK, they're actually overweight. And the perception of body conditioning in dogs is a little bit skewed in UK, which is why most people think that what their dog should be in terms of size, in terms of body condition, is usually much higher than what is actually healthy for them. Today we're going to discuss top little tips on how to actually get your dog to the right body condition. So I usually advise having a long discussion with your vet, or at least having a chat with the vet to see exactly how they can help. But nonetheless, there's a few little tips that you can do at home. Once you've determined that you actually need to lose the weight of your dog, there are two things which I highly advise it to be done, which is what I advise my own customers. So the first one is to weigh your dog. Because if you weigh your dog, then you know where the starting point is. For example, you need to, your dog now weighs 25 kilos and you are wanting to get it to say 22 kilos. So you should weigh your dog today, because after that, what you measure gets improved. If you don't measure it, you can't really improve it. Second thing is to weigh the food. So it really doesn't really matter what sort of food you're giving right now. Fundamentally, if your dog is overweight at this moment in time, you are giving too much than what your dog needs. So we always talk about input and output. So your input, which means the food that's entering the mouth, the calories that your dog is taking in, should be less or similar to the output. In that case, if it's less to what our little friend here is using, then you will lose weight, because if your dog is burning more calories than what it's intaking in, then that's where the weight will go down. So second thing to do is to weigh the food. So regardless of what food you're giving, whatever you're doing right now is too much, which is why your dog is overweight. So if you weigh your food, you weigh the food that your dog eats in a day, then you can weigh our little friend here in 2 weeks time again. You can check whether there's any difference. So for example, you're giving 100 grams of dry food right now. So in 2 weeks time, you weigh the dog today at day 0, and you weigh the food as well. In 2 weeks time, you weigh the dog again. If it was 25 kilos, trying to get down to 22 kilos, and in 2 weeks time, your dog is still 25 kilos, evidently whatever you're giving is still too much, because you're not dropping any weight at all. And because you have weighed your food, when you want to drop 10% of your food, you can. So you're giving 100 grams, now you give 90 grams, in 2 weeks time. And for 2 weeks, and after 2 weeks again, weigh the dog again. So now you can actually measure how much food you're giving and measure exactly how much weight is our little friend here losing, if that is the aim to lose the weight. One big tip is that for your daily intake, you must be very disciplined of knowing what are you actually giving a dog. So some owners, they say that, yes, I give my dogs 100 grams of dry food. Then you probe a little bit further, then they say that actually it's got toast in the morning as well. So it's got treats during play, it's got a dental chew, it's got afternoon tea in the afternoon, a bit of cream tea, and sometimes on the table there's a bit of scraps. It is the scraps as well. So evidently, it is not just 100 grams of food. There's a lot of other things that's going into your dog's mouth that also counts as calories. So those sort of things you must be quite careful with, or rather you must be quite disciplined with. So what I usually advise is that what you should do is just weigh out what your dog needs in a day. So example, 100 grams of food. No other treats, no other things goes into the mouth, because that is additional calorie. If you want to give treats, what I would advise, and that's a tip that I give most of my clients, is that take a little bit of that 100 grams, set it aside for treats. So you can reward your little dog, say when you go out for a walk and things like that, and you want to call him back, and it comes back and you want to give it a reward, you can give that food because it is part of the daily intake. Who says treats have to be something different? So that's the key tip that would ensure that your daily calorie intake is still well measured. And so with that in mind, weigh the dog, weigh the food, don't give anything else into the mouth. Whatever you need to give as treats, take a little bit from the daily intake, okay? And with this, that should give you a good start of where to go, of how are you dieting your dog, and we wish you the best of luck. If you're in doubt, please do look for your vet, consult your vet. They've got various, or your vet nurse, okay, they have various sort of programs and advice for you that can help to supplement all this sort of extra information that you have, and all the task of getting your dog to the right shape. If this is your first time watching our channel, please subscribe below over there. If there's any comments, please do comment below. If not, I wish you a nice day. Till the next time.